come across here, please? Right, welcome to the National Trust and the back-to-back property here in the centre of Birmingham. Now, my name's John, and I'll be your tour guide for this afternoon. Tour should last approximately 90 minutes, an hour and a half, maybe slightly longer. So if you need to go early, just let me know. I do tend to go on a bit. Ask as many questions you like, I'll try and answer them. Has anybody been around the back-to-backs before?
No.
Nobody at all? No. Oh, an exciting tour this afternoon then. Highlight of the tour is the toilet in the corner when we get to it, right? Right. Any Brummies on our tour?
Any?
Brummies?
No.
Oh, further afield, yeah, the Black Country, yeah. Oh, I used to work in Dudley, well, Merry Hill, many years ago. And
Sorry, what do you call yourself?
Yum yum.
That's Black Country.
Yum going down the road.
You like that? Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Perfect.
Down Dudley High Street, down Dudley High Street. Right. Small. The doors are very low. Shouldn't do too much of a problem, I think. I will keep in mind just to bang my head too many times on these doors to go around. And the stairs are quite steep to be around. They're like a corkscrew, right? So it's quite exhausting, quite steep. So to keep you fit. Now, the other thing the National Trust is indeed a conservation that looks after great parts of the countryside, coastline, country estates, etc. And as a conservation charge, what we do is see, watch your head on the door. Anything but me. Bedroom upstairs, which we call a Methuselah. It's a Jewish household, and inside there'd be a piece of paper or a small scroll, which was a Jewish prayer. And when they came into the room or the house, they'd put their hands down there and they'd be saying the Jewish prayer. So I'll close it off, keep some heat in the room here. Now, the area around about here in the ancient was a Jewish area around about in the 1840s. They can touch that, isn't there? I've visited it so far. And the plaster was hanging off here, off the walls there. Had special conservation team put it back many months ago. Not completed, but you can see what it was like. Now be careful where you stand, the floorboards are none too good. No, you're all right. There was some fish and chip shops, and there was a kebab shop. Does anybody like kebabs?
Not really.
That's the right answer. It was a dodgy kebab shop, and you had to be within dashing inches of a toilet to use it. And the stories of rats and mice in the food chain is another story, right? I'll go into that. So by the late 1990s, they're really unfit to even be used as shops. And you see here the highly desirable slums, fresh air through the windows and doors. Now, they're quite noisy creatures. Now, I've got 3 sons, but my youngest one's 42, so I haven't had this problem quite some time. And he's been a guide here for 20 years. He's only strutting stuff at the weekends. Now, they are quite noisy, aren't they?
Yeah.
You're trying to get... Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Now, my late wife said my 3 boys were quite noisy. I don't do children at night, unfortunately. I'm good at iron. I'll iron anything. I used to iron, don't iron tights because they melt on the iron. I can silly my late wife now berating me for making holes in things. So they're quite noisy. You think, oh, I've got to, you want to get off. I've got to shut up. You come across them and say, shut up. We'll shut the door. Now there are holes at the back for the baby to breathe. There aren't. I was told that when I started this tour, so there are holes at the back. So you might relent and open the drawer. let them be, depending on how conscientious you were and how tired you were, you know. Now, as on a more serious note, you know, children would die in these drawers through suffocation.
You ladies go first, and you've got 4.
You want to pass that round, have a look at it?
Yeah.
It's very heavy. Be careful,
Yeah.
it's quite heavy.
Yeah.
So say he was a skilled craftsman, and he was so good you couldn't tell which was the real eye, which was the false eye until the real eye moved. You know, the blink with the retina. So it's now why we've got. Might making a noise. Bath night.
Bath time.
Bath night once a week. No problem about naked, nudity, off come the clothes in the bath. They get clean. I'm quite sure it worked very well in these properties. No. Bit of curtain in front of the fire, bath under the fire, heat the water on the stove, water in the bath.
Bob, it's very similar to a lady cow, but instead of being collared, it's brown on the back. And when you squash it with your foot or your finger, it leaves a red mark on whatever it is. And you can always tell a house has got bugs because when you go in the door, it's got an acidy smell, and you could smell them in the house. And I used to lie on my bed as a child with a blue handle, with a washer on the end, and I used to be squashing the bugs on the ceiling because if they drop on you, they can bite, and it's quite painful, you see. So you can get it alive, you can. But my father found a way of getting over it, and what he used to do, he used to build a fire up. Really build a fire up until in the end it was about 100 degrees. Then he used to come out, he couldn't stand the heat in there, so come out and let the thing burn itself out. And the heat was that bad. Bugs cannot stand a bigger heat. So they used to go right to the walls, the bugs did, into next door. And next door then had a plague of bugs, you see. And they used to clear the house of bugs for about, anything up to 6 months.
Marvellous.
Until she decided next door to do the same and drove them back again, you see.
Can't get the neighbours coming and drag the bugs back and forth.
In the city of Birmingham, and I decided to write an application for the job. And a letter came back to me saying that I am just the man that they're looking for. Please come for an interview. I got myself nicely dressed up with tie and everything like that. And I went in to see the man. The man looked at me and said to me, the vacancy is gone. Mm-hmm. I was dumbstruck. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. And he said to me, I told you the job is gone. Get out. So I walked away. But after I found myself a job at a biscuit factory by the name of Jeffrey Hughes in Small Heath, one girl came up to me and asked me if my color under that white overall was the same as my arm and my face. And I said to her jokingly, no, it's green underneath. And she says, is it? Yeah. And I says, of course it's green underneath. But as things went on, we began to improve, and finally I started to work on my own. And then we moved to Hurst Street, and from 1974 to 2001, we were very, very busy. We didn't advertise. Just one person tells the other, and it just built up like that. I have people coming up for me to make suits for them from London. In the latter years, we made clothes for the Queen's Guards. We also had a very big order from Libya. If you're having something made for you, it looks entirely different from something that you buy out of the shop. And you don't have to look twice at that person to know that that thing is well made.
And that's George Saunders.